The word spelling isn't an accident. They literally taught us in school how to spell. What they didn't teach us is that spelling isn't just about words, it's about worlds. Every sentence you speak is shaping the frequency of your reality. Welcome to Vortex Tribe, where we journey into the heart of energy, consciousness, and universal truths. In the ancient world, language wasn't used to communicate. It was used to create. In ancient Egypt, sacred words were so powerful they were spoken by priests only after purification rituals. In the Vedic traditions, sound wasn't just sacred, it was God. And in the Bible, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. Across cultures and ages, the wisest lineages all knew the truth. Words weren't just tools. They were portals, gateways between thought and form, between the invisible and the real. When I, the person who has actually created this video, was on an ayahuasca journey, I genuinely saw energy, words, leaving my mouth as geometry, as light codes, rippling out, embedding into my field, and returning as my reality. Words and emotions were vibrating out of me like colorful threads, painting on a canvas in front of me, my present and my future. Every positive thought and words weaved a beautiful, symmetrical, and most amazing array of colors. Negative thoughts and words weaved uneven, irregular, disordered, and truly the most dull colors onto the tapestry in front of me. That was the night I realized. Words don't describe reality. They direct it. And yet here we are, casually throwing around phrases like, "I'm such an idiot. Nothing ever works out for me. I'm broke. I'm tired. I'm lost." Unaware that we are repeating spells that chain us to the same timeline. Science meets magic. And here's the part where the mystical meets the measurable. Because science is finally catching up to what sages have whispered for centuries. Sound creates form. Cymatics, the study of visible sound, reveals what the eye can't usually see. Play a frequency through sand or water, and it doesn't just move, it organizes. It forms into mandalas, galaxies, temples of tone. The higher the vibration, the more intricate the pattern. The more coherent the frequency, the more beautiful the form. Now pause, take a breath, because here's where it gets wild. Your voice isn't just air leaving your lungs. It's vibration, it's intention, it's command. Every syllable you speak sends out a wave, not just to the world around you, but deep into the fabric of your own biology. Remember Dr. Masaru Emoto's experiments? He exposed water to different words, sounds, even thoughts, then froze the droplets. When the word was love, the crystals formed stunning, symmetrical, snowflake-like shapes. When it was hate, they shattered into chaos. Now consider this. You are over 70% water. So when you speak hatred toward yourself, "I'm not good enough. I always mess this up. I'll never change." You're not just being negative. You are literally molecularly distorting yourself. You're spellcasting on your own biology. But when you speak with love, when your words align with gratitude, power, possibility, your inner world begins to harmonize. Your body listens. Your cells respond. Your reality rearranges. Because the truth is, sound doesn't just describe reality, it shapes it. And your voice is the architect. Spells spoken into childhood. Now think of the child, the one who hears, "You're too much. You're difficult. Why can't you be more like your brother?" over and over. Not once, not twice, but daily incantations. That child doesn't hear criticism, they hear truth, because their nervous system is still forming. Their identity is still wet cement. And those words, they become fingerprints pressed into their becoming. So eventually, they start living up to the spell. They stop expressing. They shrink or act out, not because it was true, but because it was spoken. No one ever taught them how to dispel the spell. No one told them just because it was said doesn't mean it was sacred. But here's the pivot. You're not that child anymore. You're no longer powerless. You are remembering who you are. You're reclaiming the wand. Because your throat chakra, this energy center between your heart and your mind, is not just a pipe for noise or casual complaints. It is a sacred instrument of manifestation, a tuning fork for reality. And when you speak from presence, from vision, from truth, you don't just shift the moment, you shift the future. The dark spells we don't even notice. Think about it. You say, I'm tired. I'm not good enough. I always get ghosted. This never works out for me. And it feels so casual, so normal, like you're just describing your day. But you're not. You're declaring. You're imprinting. You're sending commands into the quantum field. Each time you say it, you're not just venting. You're casting a vote for the version of you that stays stuck. And your subconscious? It doesn't filter for sarcasm or context. It receives those words as instructions. It says, understood. This is who we are. Let's make sure the world reflects it. The universe isn't judging you. It's mirroring you. It echoes back, not what you want, but what you speak as true. So ask yourself, are you weaving spells of limitation, or are you scripting a life you'd be proud to live? Rewriting the spell. Here's the shift. This is where awareness becomes power. Every time you open your mouth, every phrase, every joke, every label, you are either reinforcing your past or speaking life into your future. So the next time words begin to form, ask yourself, am I casting a spell that aligns with my expansion or my old identity? Am I affirming my wounding or my becoming? Because words are not reflections. They are invitations, and you get to choose the frequency you invite in. I am healing. I am more than enough. I am magnetizing miracles. I am the living proof that language rewires reality. These aren't just affirmations. They are vibrational codes. Signals sent to the quantum, telling reality, this is who I am now. When you speak like this, you're not being delusional. You're being divine. You're remembering that creation doesn't begin out there. It begins in the silence between your thoughts and takes form through the vibration of your voice. You're choosing to speak from your future self, to vibrate at the level of your becoming. And when you do that with consistency, the universe has no choice but to reorganize itself around your new frequency. Because you're not waiting to be worthy, you're declaring it. And that declaration is the spell that breaks all the others. Conclusion. You weren't born to be silent. You were born to be sovereign. And your sovereignty begins with the stories you tell yourself. So speak like your soul is listening. Speak like the universe is taking notes. Speak like every word is sacred, because it is. You are not just a speaker. You are a spellcaster, a frequency holder, a creator in motion. And now, you remember. Check out our video on Hermetic principles to understand how the universe works. Until next time.